Here's to hoping and praying that tomorrow morning at 10:53, that's like 14 hours. Yeah, that's like 14 hours from now. I'm so ready to go. I can write this on my calendar. Make sure I'm not doing anything on that moment.
Yes, good old Repoman 64. I haven't done a ton on this guy because he is a blatant false prophet, date setter, proud of it, sets dates, fails, sets another one, fails, sets another one, fails, doesn't care, uses God's name, uses God's holy word. Just awful. He should be ashamed of himself. But today I'm going to show you the guy really is all about attention for himself. He's all about entertaining you. He has absolutely zero real belief in anything that he's saying. You can hear him. He just now said, yeah, tomorrow is the rapture, November 11th, and 14 hours from now, gosh, I better set my alarm, make a calendar item just in case I forget. Does that sound like a guy who actually believes what he's saying? So Repoman's latest date set was November 11th, 2023. And of course, we all know that that date came and went. He made this video on November 10th, 2023. And as a typical, like, hedging your bets type of title here, let's pray that tomorrow is the rapture. Because I'm not saying it is for sure. I'm just speculating. And that's perfectly okay to do in public, in front of God, using God's name, right? That's the thinking. That's the problem. Repo, if you want to sit in your own house and talk like this with your friends and family, that's cool, man. Do whatever you want. When you come out in public and use God's name and pretend to be a minister and open the Bible and use Bible verses and claim that you are just watching as Jesus commanded, well, now you've crossed the line because now you're a prophet. And I know you don't think you are. I know you think this is nothing. I know you're just lighthearted and having a gleeful time. I also know you don't really believe it, because listen to the words that he's using here.
I just want to encourage you to keep watching, keep staying excited, keep dreaming of that moment when it happens. We're going to be standing here 1 minute, old, breaking down, sore, in pain, hungry, homeless. I mean, you name it, stuff that's going on to people right now, or that's happening to people right now. And then the next second, you'll be standing in heaven in a glorified body, standing there with your creator, and I'll be speechless. I'm sitting here thinking of 1,000 things that I'll say, but when I get there, I'm going to be like, I won't know what to say. I'm going to look at my arms, no more saggy skin. I'll be 30 again, strong, built up, and it's going to be amazing. This is going to be absolutely amazing.
So we can see right away, this is the beginning of the video, and he's admitting freely that all of this is just fantasy escapism. So if you guys recall what these pre-trib rapture people preach all the time is, we are not destined for wrath, and the 7-year tribulation is God's wrath. And since we're not destined for wrath and he's going to remove us from the wrath, that means he's going to take us out of earth and into heaven to escape that 7-year time of wrath. That's what they hammer into us all the time. And when I've watched these channels over the years, I've come to realize, like, that isn't what they want to escape. They're not about escaping that 7-year time period. They're about escaping right now. And you just heard him say it. Just keep dreaming, everyone. Keep dreaming. Yeah, keep daydreaming. Keep fantasizing. Come along with me on my fantasy ride. I'll take you on a ride. Maybe it's tomorrow. Maybe it's next week. Here, let me show you some cool new stuff I learned about how soon the rapture is. That's all this is about. He's just talking to people who want to escape like he does out of this bad life and into the best life, the perfect life. And again, I don't blame people for wanting to get to a better life. That's not my point. My point is that is what this is. This is not, they act all holier than thou, like, well, I'm doing what God has commanded. God didn't command you to sit around fantasizing about heaven. You're not a holier person, dude, because you can fantasize at times about heaven. Anyone can do that. That's easy. What's real holiness is actually accepting where you are right now, good or bad, accepting the pain that God is allowing you to go through, accepting the tribulation, and then learning from it and growing in it, like it says in Romans 5, that tribulation works patience, and just continuing on in the strength of Christ. That's holiness, not fantasizing.
We'll just keep trying to put it together. And honestly, Amos 3:7 is abundantly clear, and Revelation 3:3 is abundantly clear. God is going to tell us. We are going to know. And I think we do. I think we know we're in it right now.
So hang on a second. If God is going to tell us and we are going to know, then what do we need you for? I've asked this of a lot of these guys. If God is going to tell us and all of us are going to know, then what do we need you for? What do we need your constant guessing that ends up failing? We know that wasn't it. So why don't you just shut up and let God tell us? Does the Bible say somewhere that we need YouTube watchmen, or we need watchmen of any kind to dig and understand the signs and find all the clues? Really? Where does it say that, sir?
In Revelation 3:3 is abundantly clear. God is going to tell us. We are going to know. And I think we do. I think we know we're in it right now.
And
we're
that's
in
funny
the season
too.
right now.
And that's funny too, because he's claiming that tomorrow is a really good chance that it'll be the rapture. And he says, the Bible says we're going to know. And then he says, and I think we know. That okay, I'm just going by your own words. You just said we will know because God will tell us. The Bible is clear. Then you said in this video that tomorrow is the day. And then you're saying, but I think we know. I think we... Sir, you either know or you don't know, okay? And if you know, there is no I think we will. You just do know. Right? You can't be both at the same time. So he's blatantly just admitting, I actually don't know. I have to put this in my calendar because I might forget. Right? See, again, it's just this. But see, he's silly and he makes dates and they fail and he makes new ones. He's no different than J.D. Farag. Okay, J.D. Farag doesn't make dates. He just says general time frames. Those general time frames mean something. Soon actually means something. It's a word that actually has a meaning. Watchman River does the same thing every day. Oh, we're right there. We're right there. We're right. He's going to be saying this for 20 years. We're right there. He knows what he's saying. All these guys are doing the same thing. Messing with you because it's fun.
Does it specifically state that he's going to tell us the day and the hour? I don't know. But in Revelation 3:3, it says, if you don't watch, you will not know the day or the hour, indicating that if you do watch,
it doesn't
you
say
will
that.
know the day or the hour.
That's just a flat-out lie. Revelation 3:3 says nothing like that. It doesn't say if you watch, you'll know the day or hour. Or if you don't watch, you'll know the day or hour. It says nothing about day or hour. It says if you don't shape up, if you don't watch yourself, in other words, shape up, start behaving correctly, I will come upon you like a thief, and you will not even know when I come upon you. I'm going to come on you suddenly. It's going to be sudden judgment if you don't shape up. He's warning those people in that particular church that he was talking to in Revelation. It could apply to us. We could be in an assembly or a church or a group of people who are not behaving well. And if we don't heed the warning of Christ, he's going to come on us like a thief, and bam, we're not even going to know when. He's just going to come and slap us. Revelation 3:3 has nothing, zero, to do with any second coming or any rapture. These guys twist the Bible all the time. So here's his theory. I'm not going to play this whole thing, but I just want to make a couple comments about it as he talks.
Here's the guy. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel. He did an amazing study here.
Okay, so first of all, why? What's the point now? We're 14 hours from being raptured. Why does Dr. Chris Zimmer need or care whether we subscribe to him? And later on in this thing, he says, let's get him some more subs. Let's grow his channel. What for? Then you notice the words he uses, the amazing. This is amazing. See, again, these people want to amaze you. They're hoping you're amazed by all the cool things they've figured out. Look at this amazing way I found a new pattern in these numbers. The lazier ones are the ones with lower intellect. They rely on dreams they're having. They rely on I saw the number 11 47 times last week. That can't be a coincidence, right? So they're just not as smart, and they're not as into this. They don't have as much time. Maybe they have an actual real job, and they just can't pore over their books all day long like Dr. Barry Awe. So they just come up with lazy things and slap them together. But it's amazing. This is amazing, you guys. It's not true. It's just amazing.
Actual warning, 11:11, and he's got some evidence besides just 11:11, and he explains 11:11 much the day the Earth rang like a bell much better than I do.
So what? Again.
So and he believes in a 2023 harpazo. His name is Dr. Chris Zimmer, and this is what he came up with. His entire video, he goes through and he analyzes it, and this is what he comes up to: that on November the 11th, and for all you false date rapture accusers, man, are you going to be shocked when it finally happens? Boy, you're going to have egg on your face. And
I'm not.
The tribulation on your face, but you'll have.
No, I'm not.
Egg on your face.
No, I'm not, sir. I guarantee you're going to have egg on your face every time you make a date, because every time it's going to fail. So you can stop your mocking and scoffing, which I think is funny and sad and cute, because you're the one who's been wrong all this time, not me. I've been right every single day, and I will be right every single day.
You'll have egg on your face. November the 11th, 2023 at 8:53 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is 10:53 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 10:53 tomorrow morning, 10:53 a.m.
So do you guys honestly think he believed that when he said it? You're going to have egg on your face when we get this right one of these days? Really? He's just mad. And then he's going to tell us that we're all going to have egg on our face. Okay, if you're right and we're all being raptured tomorrow, none of us are going to care. I guarantee you no one's going to walk up to you in heaven and go, man, I'm really sheepish. You were right. Now go get your extra award that God's going to give you for being right about the date. I mean, does he really believe? Because he doesn't really believe any of this anyway. This is all just, he's mad that people make fun of him, but he wants to keep going because he's got 10, 12, 15,000 people listening to him every time he talks because he tells them what they want to hear. Do you think this guy, Repoman 64, has anything even remotely close to this in his real life? Do you think this guy? Do you think anyone listens to this man anytime else in his life when he talks? Anyone? Let alone 10,000 people? Let alone coming up to him and like, oh my gosh, you're so great. Totally feels so right, man. All this support and gushing. Do you think he gets that? Again, I think I made my point. The guy's addicted to all the attention he gets when he makes a video.
That's pretty incredible. I mean, he came up with this. I'm not going to argue with him. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be watching. And you know what's going to happen?
See?
Or what I'm going to do if this passes? I'm going to send him, thank you. That was awesome. Beautiful study.
Yep. It was awesome,
Let's keep
man.
searching, because that's what we do. We keep searching. We keep trying to figure it out. We actually work together.
Yeah, see, that was fun. Thanks a lot for the good time, man. It was fun. There's no real belief that the world is going to end as we know it in 14 hours, and 3.5 billion people are going to die, and the worst wrath of God is going to be poured out. Really? This is fun and entertainment.
Yeah,
We'll finish up with this arrogant spew right here.
I'll tell you what, every single person that makes light of this rapture, and you're wrong. Yeah, Captain Obvious, we're still here. Yes, we're wrong. I'm not frustrated with it. I'm not frustrated with the person making the comment. I know who you are, and I know that, and I pray for you because I know at the moment the rapture occurs that you're going to be just, where's that guy live? I need to go to his house and get his notes. Hey, I know. Maybe I'll just go on YouTube and look at all of his notes. And they will be the biggest researchers the world has ever seen. They will receive a double portion.
So not only does he just love to think this way because it soothes his anger, he loves to think like someday they're going to know I was right. That's going to be sweet, man. He also thinks that the work, quote unquote, that he's doing here by putting out videos is actually it's actually in the Bible. It's actually been prophesied about that they'll watch the videos and those people who know these things that he taught them are going to have a double portion. I mean, is there any end to the massive arrogance these people have? Is there any end to it? No, sir. None of this is going to happen. Sorry. Why don't you just give it up? Why don't you stop acting like a 12-year-old? Okay, with your, duh, Captain Obvious, we're still here. Why don't you say what you really believe, which is, I don't believe any of this really. I don't care that I'm wrong because my audience doesn't care. And I don't really care what God thinks of me because in my own mind I can justify it because I want to keep doing it. This is too much fun. Don't tell me to stop. I'm having a good time. If you don't admit it to your own audience, which I'm sure you won't, at least admit it to yourself. Go home some night, watch this video after the 900th time you have been left behind, and say to yourself, you know what, maybe I have not been taking this seriously enough. Maybe I am using God's name in vain. Maybe I should just stop my channel. I hope you do. I hope you stop your channel, go do something useful.